start not even at the character select, but even before that, it's your profile picture. You got to put a character that you don't actually play as your profile picture, so they're like, oh, they're using that profile pic. They must play that character. And then you end up, instead of seeing a fleet, you see a Loxodont or a Clairen or something completely random.
Yeah. I want to send it to Ashburn, I guess. It's one of those unfortunate situations where I think both of them are, like, very close to one of the servers, but there isn't really one in between.
Oh, yeah.
So let's give this a shot.
There we go. Found a reasonable server, hopefully. Yep, there's the Loxodont pick, and there's the Clairen pick.
Alrighty. So yeah, Loxodont Clairen. Definitely a bit of a matchup that I think can be somewhat annoying for Clairen, as I've said before.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a good way to force Loxodont to approach. So a lot of the initial neutral is on Loxodont to be able to control that pace with the greater range and the magma balls. But if Clairen can get in, it feels like it's so easy to just get tipper after tipper on Loxodont, and he is just combo food. So it's gonna be up on negative to, or Meech to keep out Arrow as much as possible.
Yeah.
Here we go, getting the first stage picks here.
Here we go. On Jules Vale, once again, good old classics.
Yeah, a little surprised not to see Battlefield coming out from Negative Jimmy, because it feels like that's a popular stage for Loxodonts, because those platforms on the side are very nice to give yourself cover against people jumping in. But then again, if you want to exploit a recovery, this is the stage you go to.
I wasn't quite paying attention to the bans. Were those the last two stages?
Yep.
Okay, honestly, yeah, I would think that would be a little better for Meech in the situation, but, regardless, Jules Vale works, you know, like, I would pick this in this situation as the Clairen, but I definitely get both, because, like, there's a lot of open space here that Loxodont can control, and while your combos aren't going to be quite as strong, which is something that I think Lox has over Clairen as well, is, like, the punish game on him's a little bit more consistent, especially at the lower percents. Oh boy.
Oh, speaking of good punishes.
Yeah, beautiful upstrong right there.
Yeah, but the problem is, sitting at 109%, you have to be careful, because all it's going to take is one wayward hit.
Indeed.
Oh, very nice chain of tippers there, using the down tilt as well, forcing them low. Oh, unfortunately, thought he was going to be put past the Clairen and tried to turn around for the grab, but Arrow still stayed behind him for that, and now he's going to have to try and recover and not going to be able to find his way back on the stage.
Yeah, unfortunate. Meechole, but the game's dead even going into our final stock here, so could certainly be worse.
Oh. Wow! Just going deep, keeping up the pressure, and able to get a edge guard off of a very low percent exchange.
You don't deserve power. That's the dangerous thing here, is that, you know, both these characters do have somewhat linear recoveries at times, but at least with Lox, you can't have that X factor if you have the magma stacks. Clairen, closest thing you're going to get to that is your counter, which is a lot more contingent on the opponent, giving you an opportunity to proc it rather than just being able to do it whenever you want, like Clairen can, or like Lox can, sorry.
Yeah, the other challenge is when you're that low, it's definitely a risk going for it, because it's going to put you even closer to the blast zone. So it's definitely one of those situations where it's like, after you get hit a few times down there, you got to make sure you're not panicking, and don't forget to use your side special to get back to the wall to get an extra jump out of it.
Yeah.
throw off of it. Not going to get too much afterwards, though. Crouch cancel there, able to get through the attacks and start some offense here. Oh, DI out going to put him really low here, and that's going to cost the stock.
Yeah. And bad start. I feel like no, because Searing did lose the stock pretty early at the start of last game. And okay, good back air there.
Oh, nice turnaround on that situation. Meechole just getting a little bit too greedy, trying to stay out there for too long. And Searing Arrow able to use that wall jump to get past him after going a little bit too low for that attack to hit. Trying to go for it all, but not going to be able to connect that down there at the sweet spot. Both of them just really trying to send it low. Just above the stage there, but still enough, even with that BI, that it ends up killing across stage. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, able to just barely touch the ground there. Would have had their resources back. That is a scary situation when you get grabbed out of the air, because technically you haven't touched the ground even though your opponent's on the ground. So you have to be mindful of your resources if you get grabbed out of the air like that. Wow. Surprised there wasn't even a side beam to try and get back to the wall there. Hopefully it wasn't a connection issue.
In my way.
Hopefully not. In any case,
Either that or
can...
yeah, either that or it's the classic, I think I have my jump and I'm repeatedly hitting the jump button.
Yeah.
Why is it not coming out?
I've certainly been there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's been there at some point.
Alright.
Alright, let's see what we get for the bands here.
Oh gosh.
Yep, that's entirely understandable. Getting rid of the 2 stages with the no walls below the ledges. And opting for rock wall. I feel like for Clairen, you can get a lot more out of this just because of your kill confirms out of your throw at the edge of the stage. They just kill so much earlier here. Then again, it doesn't really matter if your opponent's able to call out your air dodges like that.
It's kind of funny how we've just been seeing these consistent, like, early offstage screw-ups, really, like, you know, set the pace for a lot of these games. Meechole not super far ahead right now, especially if that, yeah, that is going to kill. Yep. But it's still nice to have, you know, any sort of lead, even if it's a bit of a percent lead.
Yep. Oh, down here just barely catching, but not able to get too much of a fall off of it, but here we go. Platform pressure from Clairen on this stage is just a nightmare between the up tilts and the up airs. Just how much space they cover on those platforms. And you get something going, but up air just gonna force arrow away from the ledge there.
Oh boy, yeah, dangerous ledge special. Very nice use of the iframes.
It feels like Fallon's got a good call out for whatever Searing Arrow is trying to do right when they get close to that ledge. Whether it be calling out the air dodges, calling out an attack. Just good patience on this edge game. Arrow just slowly closing the amount of space left on the stage there with the down tilts. I mean, as nice as dash dancing is to try and get your opponent to with a big attack or just miss their spacing. If your opponent's pushing you towards the opposite side of the stage, you're just giving up stage control bit by bit. So you have to be careful about that positioning.
Oh boy, back throw, and that's gonna kill even on the sour hit.
I mean, hey, that's the joy of being Clairen on Rockwall.
I guess so.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah, quite a bit of leeway right there. As we go into game number 4. I mean, Meechole's pick. I keep, like, flipping my pronunciation. Like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Meechole, but sometimes I still just do the soft CH. And
Yeah, there's so many different pronunciations and names nowadays, it's hard to keep up.
Then more Rockwall. Feeling lucky right now.
And my apologies for calling Meechole Fallon, because I'm looking at your stream where it shows their in-game tags.
I get it. It is very funny, though. You're not the first person to do something like that, so... Oh, the neutral special.
Up tilt into up tilt into up tilt. Clairen's using their imagination as always.
It's a really good move in this game.
Yeah, I don't blame him for abusing it.
Nice early first stock there from Searing Arrow. In last game, we did see Meechole get the first stock and not be able to keep up that momentum. But so far, Searing Arrow, it's little 58 on this elephant. And this is where the extra credit really starts to feel impactful. Because, like, it's going to be pretty hard to kill Loxodont at this percent, but you don't actually need too much more to start getting, like, a variety of potential setups on the board.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one good throw, honestly, into a strong, but
Oh.
all that matters if you end up getting edge guarded.
Yeah, that or just, you know, something like simple Ledgehog is all you need. And now...
Oh, tried to use the eruption jump to get up there, but not able to finish off the combo.
Yes, you're just playing slow and steady here, not wanting to let this lead slip out of his fingers.
Yeah, unfortunately for Arrow, one little misstep is gonna lead to the first stock gone, but fortunately, still has 2 stocks left for Meechole to fight through.
And again, you know, talked to before, like, Loxodont punish game is quite strong and quite consistent, but this is still a lot of damage you have to deal with relatively minimal margin for error, especially when you know at any moment you could just get back thrown if you're not ready, you are dying for it.
Absolutely. And at this point, we're getting close to the...
Okay.
Never mind. Oh, it's going to take us one half strong at the edge, catching reverse neutral special there.
Yeah, I can't say I was counting on the set ending quite like that, but regardless, that's going to be Searing Arrow running away with a 3-1 victory. Meechole getting dropped down to losers.
Yeah, so we should have our winners bracket determined now in terms of winners finals.
Yeah. Alright.
Meanwhile, everybody duking it out and loser side trying not to get knocked out of the bracket.
Yep. Definitely looking a little volatile in some spots. And we're going to have a very interesting set coming up here for our little four-way into losers round 1. We're going to have Envelop and Normal Punch.